My name is Anthony Santiago, and I'm doing a presentation with my partners Makai Stakely and Gerardo Serna. And then our presentation is on which case. So, which case did we choose for our presentation? We selected the Signal Trading Ltd case, which focuses on recruiting for a multinational enterprise operating in China. We chose this case because it clearly shows us how human resource management becomes more complicated in an international setting. In this situation, Signal Trading's HR team was asked with rebuilding their hiring process in a job market that was known for frequent hiring and firing. One of the main issues we noticed right away is that the company was hiring individuals who looked qualified on paper, but they were not actually a good fit for the roles they were given. On top of that, the HR team itself was made of people from different countries who didn't fully understand China's work environment or culture. This made it clear to us that the challenges in this case go beyond basic hiring. They involve deeper issues related to cultural understanding and alignment within the organization. And then why did we choose this case? So we chose this case because it highlights how complex hiring can be in a foreign market, especially one like China. An international business is not enough to just hire people with the right qualifications. Companies also need employees who understand the local culture and can adapt to the work environment. China's labor market is highly competitive and operates differently from Western countries, which makes it more difficult for multinational companies to succeed if they don't adjust their approach. A Wall Street Journal article also supports this idea, explaining that successful teams are not just built on credentials, but on different ways of thinking and problem solving. This connects the importance of hiring for fit, not just qualification. This case stood out to us because it clearly shows the gap between having the right skills and actually being the right fit. It demonstrates that without cultural awareness and proper alignment, even qualified employees.
Okay, let's answer the question of what course concept is applied in this case. The firm recruitment efforts are an example of global human resource management. This involves managing employees across different countries and aligning HR practices and global business strategies. The case also highlights cross cultural management, which focuses on understanding and adapting to cultural differences in workplace, especially when managing teams across borders. According to the textbook, we learned that multinational companies must adapt their HR practices to national differences in culture, labor markets, and education systems. Firms need to strike a balance between global standardization and local responsiveness. That means while global companies may have overarching HR policies, they must also tailor those practices to fit local cultures and market conditions. In the case, the firm is recruiting employees in China with multinational HR team. This brings unique challenges. For instance, cultural differences can impact communication styles, decision-making processes, and leadership expectations. In addition to the firm must ensure coordination across different countries and making recruitment efforts complex but critical to their success. Supporting this, the Wall Street Journal frequently emphasizes that multinational companies in China must localize their recruitment strategies. It also points out that in China, or personal relationships plays a significant role in hiring decisions. Understanding that these cultural factors is key to attracting and retaining top talent in international markets. To succeed in the global market, the firm must adapt in its HR practices to local culture in China while also maintaining global standards for consistency, managing diverse teams, and aligning recruitment efforts with local expectations will not only lead to better outcomes, but also provide a competitive advantage in the international marketplace.
Challenges and why it affects success. There's a lot of competition for skilled workers in China. According to the textbook, companies deal with challenges like language barriers and also different work expectations. It can also be hard to keep the employees long term because the turnover is much higher. Hiring local talent helps companies better understand the market and they also connect with the people because they understand what's going on there. In the end, good recruiting could lead to success, while bad hiring can hurt the whole business. Why recruiting in China is important. China is one of the biggest markets in the world, so hiring the right people is a big deal. You can't use the same hiring approach as in the United States because the culture and rules are different. Relationships really matter when doing business, especially in China. Work styles are way different, especially when it comes to communication and leadership. So people that are planning to work there have to be able to adapt to the working style because if not, they aren't going to be successful. Having the right team also helps companies because they are able to adjust and succeed in a new environment, which helps them thrive. Thank you for listening to our presentation. And if there's any questions, let us know.